back to Bud's Garage. Just a quick one today because I was quite busy yesterday. I think I put out 3 videos. I went a bit nuts yesterday and just kept chucking videos out. So anyway, today I'm just going to have a quickie one today. Just it's more of an update, to be honest, and try and get my own head around the water in the tank business, and probably enlighten anybody that's listening as to the situation with the water in the tank. As you know, the tank is now sitting with vinegar in it. I haven't emptied it yet, but to be fair, it's done a fantastic job. But I'll show you that in just a sec. Right, so here she is again. Like I said, 15 litres of vinegar went into this, and I actually managed to find 20% acidity vinegar on eBay, because most of what you buy at Soilworks only like between 5 and 9%, and I was lucky enough to find some 20% from this company here. I'm sure if I can get you a tub out. Yeah, it was this stuff, but it's 20%. Yeah, 20%. So, but yeah, let me just see if I can show you inside. I don't know how well you can see, but obviously it was quite brown before. But if you can see past the murkiness, because those flakes are just bits floating. I don't know if I can. Let's see if I can get a pencil or something to. Yeah, you get the idea. It's compared to how it was. That's come out pretty well. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. And how I managed to get most of it off was I've got this thing that I bought for team. It was straight, but I bent it up and then basically chucked it into the hole, so it sat on top of the baffle, and just scrubbed around, clean it off, and it was just basically wiping the rust away. So all I've got to work out now is what is going to be the best way for me to store the tank once I empty it. I mean, I don't plan on keeping it empty for very long, because as soon as I get this thing running, I should be putting the tank on, and I'll just fill it with fuel. You know, because the garage is only across the road there, and I'll take the tank in the car, and I'll literally fill it to the brim, just so that like I say, one of the best ways to prevent the rust is to keep it full. So that's what I'm looking at doing. But I'm still not 100% certain what I'm doing with this bike, whether I'm going to let it go. I mean, the whole idea was to let it go once it was fixed and sorted out. But I know what I'm like. I don't know if I'll be able to let it go, because it's probably one of my most favourite things that I've ever bought myself. Like I say, I've had this for 20, 21, 22 years, something like that, somewhere in that region. I bought it when it was 2 years old, and I've had it since. And it pains me to see it sat like this. But like I say, anyway, about the water. When this originally had a problem, when I come back from Assen, I'd started having problems starting it, and it turned out to be the pilot jets were blocked, and the valves seals were knackered, so it was filling the engine with fuel, and all sorts of catastrophic problems with the carburetors. So when I took the carbs off, cleaned them, put new pilots in and did whatever I did, I emptied that tank, completely emptied it, and I had it sat over in this corner for a while empty. So when I decided to, when I actually got it working, I put a gallon of fuel in that tank, and then I was starting it on a daily basis or a weekly basis with that gallon of fuel in that tank. So then obviously I decided to let somebody else fix it when it packed up again, which I'm still adamant it's down to do with the air filter degrading and going into the carbs. I then took it to the garage, and that's where it sat for 3 years. I must admit, I am shocked that how much water fuel creates when it's stood for a long periods of time. I expected a little bit, but I'm surprised it was almost. I know I did say in a previous video it was just over a litre, but it wasn't. It was just under a litre. But for a gallon to produce just under a litre of water, I'm very surprised. I mean, some of you might have thought that it's probably had water in there for a long while, but it didn't, because when I had it running, or when I got it running after I'd changed bits in the carbs, I emptied that tank and I put that gallon of fuel in. So that's literally what's been produced while it's been sat for 3 years, which is fucking shocking. That. So anyway. That's all I wanted to go get off my plate, to be honest. I didn't want anyone thinking that that's had water in there for God knows how long, because obviously I mentioned that I was getting bits of water going in through here because that weep and vent pipe was blocked. But no, the tank was completely emptied, and it literally had a gallon of fuel put in it once I got it working again. But obviously soon after that it stopped working again for the reasons that I think, but we'll find out that once I get those carbs off. I mean, if anyone's got any suggestions as of how I can best store that tank while it's empty. I mean, I'm not sure it's going to matter, because it's probably only going to be left empty for like a week maybe, or a couple of weeks at most. And I'm pretty sure that if I leave this off, if I take that off and leave both ends open, and I'm sure with it being vented, and I could probably stick it in the loft, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. But anyway, next job obviously is going to be looking inside those carbs, and I'm hoping once the stuff comes for the carbs, I'm hoping that I can open those up, swap a few jets, clean them out, put it all back together again, and I'm hoping that it's just going to fire up, because that's what it did last time when I cleaned the carbs. It just fired straight up, and that's what I'm kind of hoping this time. But obviously the garage I left it at that's not done the fucking work for 3 years. It's caused me more problems outside of the problems with the carbs, because it's been sat around for so long, which is annoying as piss, to be honest. Because obviously like the battery, for instance, that battery, when I took it in, I had a gel battery on it, but the optimizer knackered it up because I left it on, and it knackered it up. So I actually bought a brand new battery for it to go to the garage, and even that, I'm not sure if that's going to survive, because that was totally dead. And at first it would not take a charge, but I managed to get it to take a charge, and it's on optimizer now, and it's still not charged up yet. But we'll see how that one lasts. But yeah, that's a brand new battery, quite possibly shagged. But yeah, I'm going to have to just go through the whole bike. I think the clutch plates are stuck on. I didn't do it on camera, but I have actually turned it over, make sure it's not seized, because I was worried about if any water had gone into the cylinders, whether it would have seized it up. But no, it's turning over fine. But if I put it in gear, I can't turn it over with the wheel, so I think the clutch plates are all stuck together, which is no big deal, because I've got new clutch plates for that anyway. So anyway, my update I'm just pointing at the clock on the phone. My update's already took far too long, so it's not really an update. My update's longer than the video that I've been putting through. So anyway, next time, carburetors. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.